Every summer, air conditioning quietly becomes the biggest item in our electricity bill. But how big? Exactly. For this project, I looked at SDG 7, the United Nations goal for affordable, reliable, clean energy, and used it to investigate real households' energy use right here in the map. SDG 7 has three main targets: universal energy access, a bigger share of renewables, and better energy efficiency. Here in Saudi Arabia, our electricity comes mostly from natural gas and oil. And oil fired generation actually increases in summer, right when air conditioning demands peak. That real vulnerability, the grid gets dirtier exactly when needs it most. Globally, mirrors a bigger challenge: the world's need to expand clean energy access while cutting the carbon intensity of how we generate power, in line with international climate goals. I compared our current system, a grid electricity from gas and oil, against a future alternative, rooftop solar. Dammam has strong, well-documented solar potential, so I sized a system that would fit a typically rooftop here about 7.5 kilowatts. That system could generate enough to cover roughly 63% of household annual electricity use and avoid about 8 tons of CO2. But also, I wanted to be honest about numbers because electricity here is quite cheap. The panel would take about 8 to 12 years to pay for themselves. Environmentally, it is clear win. Financially, it is longer term investment. To make that real, I audited an actual household, about 110 square meters, contains 4 air conditioners, a refrigerator, a TV, and an oven. The electricity bill showed 2,884 kilowatts per hour used in just one summer month. When I break down that by appliance, air conditioners alone accommodate for roughly 3/4 of the entire bill. That single number reforms the whole conversation. If we want to meaningful cut household energy used and emissions here, air conditioning is where the real opportunity is. This also raises fairness questions. Solar panels are a real option for households that can afford the upfront cost. But what about renters and lower income families cannot access this option, even though everyone shares the same grid and the same environmental impact? That's part of why I think helping people to understand their own energy use, even before talking about solar, is valuable in its own right. I explained all these to more than 10 people from different ages and different backgrounds, and tested their understanding with a short quiz. Everyone answered every question correctly. What struck me most was the discussion followed. One participant already used small-scale solar for outdoor lighting. An engineer described research into solar-powered air conditioners that run directly off panels during the day with no battery needed, switch to grid power at night. And another participant suggests mounting panels as window shade to add extra solar capacity for homes without much roof space. On the other hand, other participants were worried about the reliability of solar panel system and the cost of cleaning and routine maintenance. These are exactly the kind of practical ideas this project is meant to surface. This project showed me that the biggest lever for household energy saving, air conditioning, is also the most overlooked. Solar can meaningfully cut the emissions from that load, even if it is not a quick financial win yet. And just as importantly, people are genuinely receptive to this conversation once you make the numbers real for them. That SDG 7 in practice, not an abstract global target, but something with a real answer sitting on your own roof.